All right, good morning. Hello. How are we doing today? Mm, I am loving this shawl that I've got. It's literally like a blanket that I can put my arms through. And it's my favorite thing. A, because it's soft. B, because I live in blankets all the time. Like, for those who do not know, I am, that's a blanket that I am sitting on. Usually it's wrapped around my waist when I sit down and when I'm recording. So I'm a blanket fanatic. I have them on the couch. I have fuzzy blankets on the bed. I have fuzzy blankets on the chair, on my chair, out there, in here. I like blankies because I like being cozy and I like being warm. And I wear them year round. Not that any of this is important to you, but this is a glimpse into life with me. I am a cozy lover, love cozy. And when I'm at home, when I'm working at home, I wear normal clothes because I made a deal with myself in 2020 when I got banished to working from home when I was working still in oil and gas. I got told to work from home like everyone else for a period of time. And I made a deal with myself at that point that I would not let myself become one of those people that lives in their pajamas. Because for me, that would lead to, it would actually probably be a sign that I was in a depressive state because I love clothes. I love getting ready. I have always been that way. And it would be so easy when nobody sees you that to just fall into that. But I made a deal with myself that I would get fully ready every single day. And I still do that. So during the day, I still wear real clothes. But I am in sweatpants as soon as Jeff gets home from work. He walks in the door, I'm like, Kate, the day is done. I am going to put on my comfies, and I do. And then I live in comfies and blankies. So, fun fact. And what's so interesting about that getting ready thing is that it could be, framed as maybe a vanity thing. And I feel no shame for that. None. Zero shame for that because I spent a lot of my life feeling ugly and fat and gross. And I also spent a lot of my life with psoriasis, plaque psoriasis on like my arms, on my legs, on my like in and around my hairline. I had it all up on my back. Um, it was pretty much when I went and got treated for it finally in my mid 20s. Um, I had been covered. I was covered at like 73% of my body, like my skin was covered in plaque psoriasis. So getting ready and feeling pretty and feeling like I took care of myself and looking good from my perspective is a very important piece of my mental health. But as I said, I live in comfies outside of that as well. So I am love to wash my face and take off my makeup and put on sweatpants and sit down on the couch or go to Walmart or wherever, but like I am down with that too. But getting ready is huge for my mental health and it keeps me accountable to my routines and to my day and to my clients and my business and myself, honestly. So that was a huge thing for me. And I am I am a huge teacher of embodiment. Honestly, that is like the precipice of everything that I teach is to embody all of the things that you wish yourself to be, because embodiment is a choice that you can make in any moment, every moment, which means the moment you're in, you can choose to embody that energy now, right now, without permission from anything outside of you. The only permission you need is the one that you grant yourself. And that is the kind of stuff that I work with people on, is permission to be all of the things that you have always wished and hoped that you could be. Because the reason why we aren't that right now, the reason why we don't feel that way right now, is because we feel like our external circumstances, so like what we have outside of us, the things that we have, that we do, maybe our current pay scale, maybe our current living situation, maybe our current relationship, maybe our current physical appearance, physical stature, maybe our body composition, whatever it is, we haven't decided within ourselves that that is what we have out here is enough to permit us to feel the way that we want to feel. And so when we're talking about things like manifestation and the stuff that we want to call in and attract into our lives, whether it is on the level of mind, on the level of body, on the level of wealth, health, relationships, like, I mean, really, you can really sum it all up into health, wealth, and relationships. Those are usually the three primary things that we are looking to manifest in our life. And if you were to look at each of those things that you want to call in, it is because that version of health, wealth, and relationships is what you have decided is the permission slip for you to be allowed to feel the way you really want to feel. And so what it really comes down to on what you're seeking is a feeling. That's what you want, is a feeling. You want to tap into and feel like you are justified in feeling the way that you desire to feel. And so, in a lot of the work that I do with my clients and in the academy, so the academy is an online group coaching platform that I teach clients on in a group capacity. And then I also supplement with one-on-ones, because one-on-ones really help people on an even deeper level. Like I love doing one-on-ones. I've been listening to a lot of like business coaches and stuff talking about how they want to step out of one-on-ones because they want to scale their business. My joy comes from one-on-ones and group work. That is, I love leading those calls. I love seeing the lights come on in people. Anyway, in the academy, one of the major things that we teach is how to step into a limitless life, right? Like that's the end. That's where we get to. So when we're working through all of the stuff that I'm going to talk to you guys about in this channel and continue to share with you, all of those are pieces to the major puzzle, which is where you are your limitless self who creates and lives your most limitless life, your version of a limitless life. And so in the end of the curriculum of the academy, it's all about quantum shifts. And we're talking about how to step into and embody limitlessness and your version of your ultimate ideal if there was no limits life. And that life looks different for every single person that comes through this curriculum, because their journey as a human being throughout their life, their traumas, their limiting beliefs, all their coping mechanisms, everything they've gone through and then healed from and overcome. Like in the first 9 months of the academy, which is a 1-year curriculum, we are unlearning, stripping away, removing all of the blocks and all of the competing belief systems and limiting belief systems that are keeping you in a limited life. And then at the end, when we move into the last stage of this transformation, we are learning about we are literally walking into our limitless life, into the embodiment of the version of us that creates that life. And so by the end of your time in the academy, it is literally inevitable that you will manifest, live, stand within your limitlessness and your limitless life. But my point is, every single person's version of a limitless life that has come through this curriculum is completely different than everyone else's. Like the actual external physical representation of it is way different than any other version that I have ever heard. And yes, there are some like similarities. Some people really want to go to the beach. Some people really want to live where it's sunny all the time. Some people want to live where it's secluded. Some people want to live with their family and have everybody around them. Some people want to live, a quieter life. Some people want to live a life where they have a multi-million-dollar business or just millions or like some people want just as much as they need all the time. Like there's so many varying degrees of what it means to be limitless. And there's some synchronicities between some people, but everybody's like nailed down to like how they live and breathe and move in their limitless life is different than everyone else's out there. But when we do the work and we see what does this limitless life, what are these aspects that you feel are important for your limitless life? What do they represent for you? And what does that symbol give you the permission to feel once you have it? And all of those things, no matter how different they are in the external, all point and give permission to each individual person to feel the same kind of things, which is peace, calm, to feel like they are absolutely abundant, and to feel that they are absolutely worthy of love, that they are complete, that they are enough, that they're not even just enough, but that they are more than enough, that they are everything, that they can just breathe and be. That's what anything that you're looking for in your life. If you've stumbled upon this channel because you want to learn about health, if you've stumbled upon this channel because you want to learn about manifestation, if you've stumbled upon this channel because you want to learn how to manifest wealth or how to manifest more clients into your business, or you want to manifest your dream body or your ultimate significant amazing soulmate partner. If you are looking for any of those things, I would bet my buttons that the result of you attaining those things, of you having them come into your life, would be that you would feel abundant, that you would feel like you are good enough, you would feel that you are loved and worthy of love, proving all of those stories in your head wrong, finally, with proof, because the universe delivered to you what you've always thought was the representation of that thing that you're seeking, that feeling you're seeking inside, out there. So that's what manifestation is all about. And what I teach is not how to just sit and affirm your way to getting your desires. It's not about that. What I teach is the absolute embodiment of the version of you that knows that those things, your worthiness, your value, your wholeness, all of that, your inherent abundance, that all of those things are your birthright and that you have them and that they've always been with you. I teach you how to look inside and know it, but not just that, because there are so many spiritual teachers and communities that are teaching that. And that's amazing. You can pick up a Zen book any day of your life and you can read it and you can learn the things that I just explained to you. There are so many different teachers and so many ways of learning that part. But taking that and walking around in your actual life with that as your understanding and using that understanding, that embodiment to interact with your life and how to interact with life when it doesn't look like it does in here, and how to stay steady for real, like how to actually stay steady and return to the truth in moments of scarcity, in moments of all of your triggers being thrown at you because you've been pulled out of your spiritual Zen meditation and are thrown back into the trenches of real life where you have to face your demons. And so the most important thing that you could ever learn in all of this is how important it is to be a human being. There are so many spiritual, like, things going around about transcending our ego, transcending our humanness. And yeah, that's a thing that we can do. And yes, that's something that's important. But do you know how to go back into the world and interact with it without judging it? Do you know how to go back into relationships with difficult people and not judge them? Do you know how to heal your relationships with things that you just don't really like? Do you know how to see everything through the lens of relationship? How everything is tied to you? Do you know how to see the world as yourself, but still interact with it as if it isn't, but also as if it is? Do you know how to be in a relationship with someone who has a different spiritual viewpoint than you? Do you know to how to absolutely look in the mirror and know that you are not this body, but also love your body? There's so many things out there that teach you pieces, and pieces are good. Pieces are really good. They're really important. I have come to be where I am because of these pieces, because I put them together. But if you aren't actively looking for the next piece to put in with the other pieces instead of just looking for the one piece that's going to save the whole fucking thing, then I would recommend that you find somebody, and it doesn't have to be me, but somebody that when they speak, it sounds like they are not discounting any piece of this experience. because it's all valid and it's all important and it all plays a very significant role. And wholeness is unilateral. It doesn't just exist in you and your mind, not just within you. If you believe that all is one and you believe that you are whole and complete, yet you judge someone else for their actions or for their beliefs, I'd say you're fallen for the trap, the spiritual ego trap that gets so many people. If you're someone who believes that you have fully integrated all of the spiritual stuff, but you wake up every day in suffering, I would say that the spiritual ego has hijacked your spirituality. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means that the next step for you is embodiment, the actual walking hand in hand with your humanness and your spirituality together in harmony with love. So no matter what your goal is, no matter what you're looking to create in your life, no matter what it is that you want versus what your neighbor wants versus what your partner wants versus what your kid wants, I will tell you with absolute certainty that what we all want is just permission to know that we are whole, to know that we are missing nothing, to know that we are lacking nothing. That's the point. And that's what we all have. And if we can see, if we can truly see, look around the world and see that every single person has inherited their way of getting permission to feel that way, and that that is not their fault, and that they are looking for the exact same thing that you are looking for and maybe have found, then we can start to truly walk the earth as a spiritual being in a human costume that we've always been meant to be. I hope you have the best freaking day of your life today, the best day of your life, and I'll talk to you soon.